What's a simple way to build goodwill with the other parent in a custody case? My name is Robert Buchanan. JointCustodyAdvocates.com is the website. Today we are talking communication techniques. Very practical lesson here. We all know that when you have a split family, when you're co-parenting, when you're not in a romantic relationship with the other parent, that communication can run afoul a lot, and people can start to develop distrust, and the more distrust there is, the more difficult it is to work cooperatively and collaboratively. So you have to be very careful when you're communicating with the other side in the words that you use and how you communicate, so that you build as much trust as possible and you build as much goodwill as possible. The more goodwill and trust that you can build with the other side, the easier life will be, the more anxiety-free life will be, and the more your child will be able to relax into knowing that you both love them, love your child. So it's incredibly important to know how to communicate in a way that builds goodwill with the other side. This is a practical lesson from something I was talking to a client about just the other day. And basically it's this: you want to make the other side feel as included as possible. Even if you are the primary parent, you're the parent that takes them to the doctor 99% of the time, you want to make the other parent feel included in that process. My client was saying to me that she was going to go ahead and schedule a doctor's appointment, and that she would let the other side know that she had done so. And I think for most people that feels like, okay, I'm including that person in the process. I'm letting them know when the doctor's appointment is. Well, you're really not. You're really kind of just telling them when it is, and you're saying, yeah, if you're not even inviting them to come. But there's a much better way to do it, a much more inclusive way to do it. And this isn't rocket science whatsoever, but I'll just kind of break it down for you. What you want to do is first pose it as not so much a question, but you want to open the door to the idea to them, to invite them in like you're exploring the idea together. That you're figuring things out together. So, for example, in this case, the judge had ordered that the child receive an assessment as far as a developmental delay. And what I told the client was, why don't you text or call in a perfect world? That's when you guys are actually like really, collaborating in a really good way. I'm a fan of the phone call for just getting things done quickly, but text is fine, especially when things can be a little bit emotional. So shooting a text over that says, hey, the court ordered us to get this assessment. I was thinking about, and you say, I was thinking about scheduling this doctor's appointment. By using the word thinking, you are leaving it open for their consideration. You're basically inviting them in to give you input. I was thinking about scheduling this doctor's appointment. I can go ahead and do that unless you have some other thoughts. That way you invite them in to do it. And then depending on what their response is, you can say to them, hey, why don't you give me some good dates for you so that I can make sure that it's on a date when you're also available in case you want to come. Again, you're giving them another opportunity to be part of the process. And then once they give you the good dates, you can ask them even again, say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and schedule. Does that sound good? Now, this might sound very kind of subservient to you or very kind of inefficient. I think it's incredibly important that when you are trying to rebuild that trust with the other side, that you do go the extra mile to extend yourself to show them that you are trying to make sure that they feel included. Because I think ultimately that's where a lot of disputes come from, is from one parent feeling insecure, like their opinion doesn't matter, that in essence their existence doesn't matter. So the more you can do to communicate that you do appreciate the fact that they are this other parent, that they have this role, that they have this opinion, the more trust and goodwill you are going to build with them. So really think about it in terms of, it is a partnership. And if you've ever been in an effective partnership, you'll understand, and it's a business partnership or a romantic partnership, either one, the communication has to be very diplomatic and what's the word? You have to make the other side really appreciate that you are taking into consideration their concerns, so that both sides can make sure that their vision is the same. And that's why that sort of communication is so key. I promise you that if you take a more inclusive approach to your communication, that you will be able to see a much bigger difference in how you're able to get along with the other side. Really try to take in the other side and say, okay, this is my partner. This is my co-parenting partner. I need to make sure that they feel included, because this partnership cannot afford to fail. Because if this partnership fails, the number one person that's going to hurt is the kid. That's it for today. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this technique or any other techniques that you might have to build goodwill and build trust with the other side. I'll talk to you soon.